Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The one and only Jay Stein coming at you with a little post-market recap. What to say? I mean, today was just a lot of stuff happened, but it didn't really do much to the markets. Kind of, sort of. I don't know. Let's start off with the overall markets. Okay, the Dow closed flat. It's pretty much all it did. The S&P freaking ran like a madman right up until it stopped, and then it kind of drifted down, and then toward the end of the day it took a huge dump. But I'm going to chalk that up to end of the month selling, people closing out their books, last trading day of the month. So I almost anticipated, a sharp decline at the end of the day, which is fine. So I'm not, concerned about the way today closed. A couple things were weird. Oil was down. Why, I don't know. Saudi, I believe it was Saudi, said they're going to cut production 10 million barrels a day. Should have made the price go up a little bit. But there's an OPEC meeting tomorrow, so they could announce who knows what. That they're going to increase production a day, by however many millions of barrels. Anyways, but one thing that was odd is that despite the fact that crude prices were down, I noticed that the mid-size drilling operators, the oil and gas companies, were actually up. And it was disproportionate, especially at one point of the day, extremely disproportionate. But at the end of the day, like I said, everything kind of came down, in the same kind of manner, I guess you could say. So that was kind of weird. So that you would think, okay, maybe that was just suppressing the Dow and what was keeping it from going, below. But then the financial sector was also down somewhat significantly. I mean, I wouldn't say like, Chicken Little or anything, but it was down enough to where, that plus oil both being down would have dropped the Dow, but it did. It stayed flat. So why? Again, the S&P, the NASDAQ, all that went freaking nuts, and that was really driven by tech, by some biotech, more tech, and that's what kind of made everything run. And I want to say the low in the finances and the low on the oil is what was holding down the Dow, and all the rest of the support from all the other indices being up so much is what kept the Dow from dropping significantly today. So that's my take on that. The dollar was a little bit weaker, and Joe Biden's little infrastructure deal, okay, precious metals performed very, very well today. For, again, weaker dollar, so naturally gold was up. Gold was up very nicely. It was up over 1%, almost 1.3%. And just rare earth minerals and precious metals, overall as a group did very well. And I say the stimulus package because if you look at the EV market, just pull up Tesla alone was up over 5%. And that was directly because precious metals and rare earth minerals are a big chunk of what goes into alternative energy, EV type of technology, silver particularly, but then you have platinum, you have palladium, you've got a variety of these different minerals and metals that are going to be needed, thus the price goes up. With that, the mining companies also went up. Now, me personally, I deal with the junior miners on a leveraged ETF, super risky, borderline stupid, but it was up. Even if you were on a non-leveraged mid-size or even free and large cap, they were all up today. And again, weaker dollar. Hey, we're going to throw a bunch of free money at you from the government, kind of, I guess, really pump that sector up. Now, with that said, the 10-year is kind of hovering in a range. between 1.7 and 1.75 is just what I'm going to round it off to. Really, it's actually 1.6, upper 1.6, 1.75. We're just going to say, let's keep it in that range. Again, if it starts breaking that 1.75 mark and we start getting above that, need to pay attention. And once it gets, if it passes and continues going up past that 1.8, then I'm actually going to really kind of have to strategize some things, and I've discussed this in the past. So Bitcoin, I'm loving it, baby. I'm loving it. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, yes, thank you. So we're testing 58.5, whatever. We're testing 59 earlier. So we're there. We're about to tag that 60 mark on it again, and hopefully blast to the moon, as everybody in the chat rooms would say. But yeah, again, Bitcoin's up, thus cryptos are up, thus I'm a happy camper. So let's talk about some things that happened in the news today. Okay, first up, Janet Yellen said that she's going to come up with like some basically a regulatory from the government itself to regulate small hedge funds and family shops. What she said is they're going to do, which I'm totally sure that they're gonna really enforce some laws. They're really gonna clamp down on the corrupt nature of Wall Street. Even though she comes from the Federal Reserve, which is the center of the corruption, which we're going to get to right now. So President Biden, everyone's talking about this stimulus package and how great it's going to be. Okay. So, and I'm going to leave you with this because it was just absolutely laughable. Okay. So Federal Reserve President Robert Kaplan, okay, he's the Dallas Federal Reserve president. He says that the Biden administration, how they announced a $2 trillion 10-year spending plan. Okay, he said it was a good thing. He liked it. He thought it was a great idea, a great long-term investment, very positive for the economy. Okay, let's see, what else did he say? It's okay, whatever, and okay, whatever, some more. Okay, the point is, you got one of the spokespeople from the bank that's about to loan out a shit ton of money, pardon my language, okay, that they're then going to collect back at interest. Okay, so the guy comes out and he's like, yes, I will definitely loan you another $2 trillion. Definitely, no problem. Cool. They're going to say that, we're going to raise corporate taxes and yada, 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 whatever. No, it's the Federal Reserve. They're going to loan it. They're going to collect on it. They're going to collect the interest on it. And where's the interest come from? Well, more debt. And if you mean to tell me for one split second that this infrastructure plan is going to stop at $2 trillion, you're out of your freaking mind. Joe Biden, are you kidding me? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get political or anything, but you're talking about printing out trillions and trillions of dollars, but you got it so mapped out, and we got it. We are not going to need any more than $2 trillion. That's it. No more. Please. They're gonna crank it up, and the Federal Reserve is gonna own you. It's gonna own me. It's gonna own everything more than it already does. Sorry, I'm getting a little fired up. It's the Federal Reserve, what they do. They get me upset. Anyways, guys, I hope you had a wonderful trading day. And unless some other groundbreaking news pops off, I will see you with a pint full of coffee in the morning. Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to tell you to please thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Anyways, all right, guys, take care.